Welcome back to the second hour of the Conscious Resistance. My name is Derek Bros, and you are listening to the Orion Talk Radio Network. Thank you guys for tuning in. My next guest is George Donnelly. He is the principal of Shield Mutual. How are you doing, George?
Doing great, Derek. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to talk with you. I'm excited to hear more about this project and where you plan to take it. So let's get into it a little bit, man. Tell everybody a little bit about Shield Mutual.
Well, Shield Mutual is the Agora's first defense agency. What we do is we defend people when they're attacked by government, not by using armed patrols, but by using public relations, leadership, digital communications, fundraising, lawyers, legal fundraising, stuff like that.
Awesome. So the fundraising efforts go towards getting the word out if somebody's been illegally kidnapped?
Well, they could be. For example, let's see, we have a case where a national press release makes sense. Then we could raise up a few $100s to pay for that press release distribution. But mainly the fundraising goes for, it's on an individual basis, so one customer may need it, another may not. But generally, it could be for whatever the customer needs. For example, recently we defended Adam Kokesh from his May 18th arrest in Philadelphia. And we raised money for his legal defense fund because he was facing a felony at the federal level. And we also helped his business team raise funds to cover operating costs of Adam's media business while he was in prison.
Definitely. So you assist as much as you can without needing to go to, as you said, armed patrols or using weapons.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot you can do by just unabashedly speaking the truth in a way that's savvy, by using press releases, by media contacts, by just saying the truth. Some people, when they're kind of in the grips of the state, they kind of assume that the state is correct, the government is correct. Maybe they're accused of something. Like in 2010, I was accused of assaulting a federal officer, and it was completely a fabricated charge. But some people in that situation will just kind of capitulate the guilt that they might feel from the government just kind of falling on them like a ton of bricks. But we're not impressed by that, and we know that people are routinely framed or routinely persecuted, and that all this kind of political stuff is very personally motivated. It's justice is not blind. And so, we're not afraid to go out there and say this person was framed, and to take that case to the media and to ask other activists to call the people who are holding the person or who are persecuting the person and demand that they stop immediately, and to do other actions, that are related just to speaking the truth.
Exactly, and that's what I love to see about this is it is the power of the truth. This comes from Rothbard, and this comes from Konkin. Like, we have to seek alternatives to the state in the defense area, specifically community defense, and besides taking up arms, which is usually going to be smashed down immediately if somebody were to take up arms to try to defend a friend against the local police force, we would have a gun battle. But in this instance, in the way that you're taking it, we can use the truth as our shield.
Yes, and we really have an advantage, and this was really evident when Adam was arrested last month. We still have considerable freedom of speech, freedom to make a phone call, freedom to raise hell to a certain level. But the people inside the justice system, the so-called justice system, I call it the injustice system, they are effectively under a gag order. The prison guards, the marshals, the park police, the judge, the prosecutor, the people who work in the courtroom, they can't say anything about what's going on. So whereas the state has, the playing field tilted in their favor when it comes to armed force, when it comes to the force of truth, the playing field is very much tilted in our favor because those people cannot speak out, whereas we can.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the power from outside. I've been on the opposite end of that equation there, and there's not very much you can do from within there. As you said, the the police officers and the authorities, although they're everyday human beings like us, they put themselves and choose to be in situations where, as you said, they give themselves gag orders, and in defense of their job, they go along with things that are unjust.
Yes, for whatever reason, I don't always understand these people who work in law enforcement, but, if they can't comment publicly on what's happened, if we say that guy framed, this activist, they can't come out and deny that because they may have to testify in court, and they're not, when everything goes legal, everybody has to be quiet about it, all the parties to it, because those statements that they use can later be used in court in a way that they might not want. And the lawyers are always focused on keeping all their options open until the last minute.
Exactly. The lawyers are trying to do what they can to keep those options open. Now, George, where do you see Shield Mutual going to? How do you see it evolving and growing?
Shield Mutual is really pretty cool because it is a protection service, but it's so much more than that because as the service grows, as our membership grows, and our membership is very reasonable, it's just $50 per person per year, and as that grows, we have a whole series of deliverables that will accrue to our cause, that we will deliver to the cause, the community in general, as we grow. We have targets on our website at shieldmutual.com/vision. At 5 customers, we have this. At 10 customers, we gave this. At 100, we will give that. At 5,000, we'll do this. And it goes all the way up to, I think, $1 billion, perhaps. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it in a few days.
Nice. So it's going to continue to expand. It's going to continue to grow. Are you so far the only defense agency in the Agora?
As far as I know, yes. This is a completely new idea, and we are the only ones. However, I would like to have some competition, and I'd like to. There's an author, his name is John Robb, who I heard this term from, called co-opetition. And it's kind of a mix of competition and cooperation. And so I'd like to have some competitors so that we can both compete for the good of the community, the good of the consumer, as well as cooperate in cases where, almost like a NATO-like treaty, like if one of their customers is attacked, well, then we're going to help them. And so together, our force, the force of our truth is going to be, even greater. And if one of our customers is attacked, well, they're going to help us with that as well.
Co-optation, I like that. I'm going to look more into that, man. I appreciate that. Definitely we want to see these grow. Everybody check out, the website is shieldmutual.com.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Shieldmutual.com. Thank you, George, for joining us today to spread the word about this. And this is, I believe, a very important step for us to move forward past the state and towards this agorist society. So thank you for taking some time to come talk.
A real pleasure, Dirk. Thank you.
Thank you.